I'm starting a recording also. Sir, you can start, sir.
Yeah, Rakesh, thank you very much.
Thanks.
Good evening, one and all. A warm welcome to the day 2 of IPE FDP on Research and Write with AI Assistance. Yesterday, we had a brief session on idea generation and sourcing a literature. And today, we are going to have a session on writing a literature review. My colleague, Dr. Kalyani, will handle this session. She designed a smart model of writing a literature review. She will explain the process and have a patience, and the modality of the session she will announce. And at the outset, and I thank Dr. Rakesh, our IT support team, who's working rigorously on solving the issues and all. Today, I guess we will not face any Rakesh Fanindra, yeah. Rakesh Fanindra.
Funny is also there, sir.
Yeah, and we have our technical support today. We have Mr. Fanindra. He is also there, Fani Kumar. So, and with these few words, now I request Dr. Swati Mathur from IPE to give a brief intro about today's resource person, that is Dr. P. Kalyani. Swati, the floor is yours.
Hi, everyone. So today I have the pleasure of introducing my colleague, Dr. P. Kalyani. So she is currently working with us at IP as an assistant professor and has over 15 years of teaching experience in the area of accounting and corporate finance. She has a PhD in the area of reinsurance awarded by Usmania University and is a recipient of ICSSR Doctoral Fellowship at IP. She is also an associate fellow of the Insurance Institute of India. A passionate educator and researcher, her research interests are in the areas of financial inclusion and accounting. She is an alumnus of IIM Kozhikode, where she has completed a long-duration FDP on research in corporate finance. Her published work appears in reputed national and international journals. She has designed and conducted FDPs and workshops on data analysis using SPSS and MS Excel. She also conducts training sessions to senior and middle-level managers focusing on financial reporting and analysis, project finance, and power of small wins. She is a certified DEI and a POSH trainer. We welcome you, Kalyani.
Thank you, Swati and Ramkrishna sir. Good evening, everyone. Today's session, that is writing literature review with AI assistance. So I would be dividing the session into two parts. The very first part, that is the first 15 to 20 minutes, I'll be refreshing the different approaches of LR, how you have to write an LR, the conceptual base I'll be giving you, because I felt that is very, very important, because literature review is the backbone of any research work. The first thing that you have to do whenever you want to start a research work is, whenever you choose a broad theme, even for choosing a broad theme, also review of literature helps you. And once you are clear with the broad theme, you have to do a vigorous, a thorough literature review. Until and unless you know what has already happened, what other people have done, in order to avoid repetition, in order to again do something, why unnecessarily to waste our energy on something others have already done. So you have to thoroughly understand what other people have done. If there is any piece that is missing or anything, any novel thought that you have got in that particular area, you can certainly add it. So in order to have that assurance that you're not repeating the work again, you're adding definitely something to the existing literature, you have to review the existing literature. It's very, very important. Now, whenever we say, I'll share my screen, 1 minute. Is my screen visible to everyone?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So literature review with AI assistance. Now, whenever we say literature review, normally, for me also, in the beginning, how does a review of literature look like? I'll show you something over here because my area is insurance. This is how a typical literature review is written by most of us. This is something on insurance sector in India and analysis. Literature review. Look at this. Sinha 2005 provides a historical analysis. Patel and Sharma 2017 examine India's low insurance penetration. Gupta and Verma 2021 explore the rapid transformation. Mishra and Nair analyze the evolving regulatory framework. Sharma and Reddy assess how COVID-19 accelerated. Now, this is the typical style what comes to our mind whenever we say literature review, because this is what we used to do in our thesis work. We used to write review of literature fills my thesis with 30 pages, 40 pages, 50 pages. But you know, this is not a review of literature. This is not at all an LR. What is this then? This is known as annotated bibliography. You're just adding some explanation to the various citations, the various bibliographic content that you have generated for your work. So what is literature review actually? Your analysis of existing papers. How you want to connect that to the work that you are about to do or you are about to present. That is how we have to write literature review. Okay. So there are different styles or approaches of writing literature review. Now, before proceeding to the various styles or approaches of writing literature review, how does a literature review should be structured? How it should be structured? Now, this is the typical structure of a literature review. Hope you all have read the pre-reading material that I have sent you, the 3 documents. So based on that, I'm just summarizing the things which are there in that. So this is the typical structure of a literature review. Introduction, body, conclusion. So what you are supposed to write in introduction. Now, suppose if you are taking some 20, 30 papers and you want to write a literature review for that, you have written the complete literature review, a brief overview. You are introducing, this is how my literature review is structured. This is the approach I am following. These are the theories that I have considered. These are the theories based on which my study is built upon, my model is built upon. That particular introductory message. Whenever someone reads the first 4 to 5 sentences of your LR, they should understand what is there in the remaining matter. It should be interesting for them to proceed further and read. Yes, they have so much things. See how much effort we will put in writing abstract for our paper, because that is the phase of our paper. All of us, we take utmost care in writing abstract. Once we send abstract, it is accepted. When we look at the full papers, no, we will be shocked. There is no connection between that abstract and the full paper. Abstract, we spend so much time because that's what people read usually. That similarly, even in a review of literature, the first thing that catches the attraction of any reviewer is the introduction part. So you have to write it well. You have to explain there everything what you have done, what you're about to write in the next sections. That is introduction. Now body. In body, detailed review of various papers that you have analyzed will be presented. Now how this body should be structured? We have different approaches which we'll be looking further. And then you'll be giving a very brief conclusion. This is what different papers have studied about. And probably sometimes in the conclusion part, you can also conclude it with the research gap. This is what has been done by different people. However, this has not been touched upon. You have to conclude it with the research gap. So introduction, body, conclusion. These are the three parts of, see, we'll not put any heading. Literature review, introduction, body, conclusion, will not put nothing, no side headings, nothing. But this is how we structure. The first paragraph should be an introductory paragraph, and then 2 to 3 other paragraphs, or maybe 2 pages, based on the depth of work or number of papers you have analyzed. The body will run about 1.5 to 2 or 3 pages sometimes. And then again, a short paragraph, concluding paragraph, where you summarize what all you have done and close it with the research gap. And then you proceed to the objectives. Now, this is my research gap. Based on the research gap, I'm going to write my objectives. That's how it should be the flow. Okay. Now I told you in the body how to structure the body of a literature review. There are various approaches. Now, what are the various approaches in which we can write the literature review? Now, these are the various approaches. Chronological approach, thematic approach, methodological approach, conceptual framework or construct-based approach, reverse chronological approach. There are many more, but these are the most popular or commonly used by social science researchers. I think someone has access. They are able to write on my Word document. I can see some lines. Okay. Anyway. Sweta Tala. Please do not do it. Now, chronological approach. What is this chronological approach? Then you have to use this. Now, simple. Chronological approach means date-wise, from oldest to latest. When you are structuring the review of earlier papers, we call it as chronological approach. Now, when you have to use this chronological approach, and how does the LR look like? Now, whenever you want to show how research in a particular field has evolved over the years, over decades, over centuries, when you want to show that evolution, then you have to use chronological approach. Other way, whenever conceptually, if you want to show how the definition of employee satisfaction has been changing over years, when you want to show that flow, then also you can use chronological approach of reviewing the earlier work. Now, I'll just show you one example of chronological approach. How does that look like? Now, look at here. I have chosen a title, The Role of FinTech Innovations in Enhancing Credit Accessibility, Evidence from Emerging Markets. Okay. For this, the style or the approach that I have chosen is chronological approach. Am I audible?
Yes.
Yes.
My screen sharing has been lost.
Yeah, we are able to see your screen.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. So now I have developed 2 paragraphs. This is for the demo purpose only. Very short paragraphs I have developed over here. Now look at the second paragraph first. Assessing the impact of financial literacy on investment decisions, evidence from young investors in the digital era. Look at how the flow is going here. The study of financial literacy has evolved significantly over the past 5 decades. In the 1970s, initial research focused on basic economic awareness and consumer financial behavior. By the 1990s, scholars expanded the concept to include investment knowledge and credit management. In the early 2000s, financial literacy was examined in the context of digital banking and online investments. I hope you're understanding how it is flowing from olden days to current days, how research has been evolving in this particular area. Okay, another way, similar, when you want to show how a concept has been transiting. Now look at this. the evolution of fintech and its impact of credit accessibility has progressed through distinct phases. In the 1970s, 1990s, traditional banking relied on manual credit assessments and core banking systems, limiting financial inclusion. 2000 saw the rise of internet banking and mobile money platforms like M-Pesa, which revolutionized microloans in emerging markets. Now here, we are not talking about how research has been progressing, how the technology has been evolving, okay, how the innovations have been progressing. That is something which I wanted to show. Okay, so this is how we write a typical chronological. This is a chronological approach of writing LR, literature review. Now moving to the second one, thematic approach. Now when do we write thematic approach? Suppose I have chosen a topic which has multiple dimensions. I'll show you a small title, a work on MSME export competitiveness. Okay, now here I want to understand about government policies, okay, how technology or digital transformation is having an impact on MSME's export competitiveness. What is the global arena? All this, these are the different themes that I want to touch upon, and I want to write my literature review based on that. Now, this is how the LR can be written under thematic approach. See, research on MSME competitiveness in export markets can broadly be categorized into three key themes. First, the role of technology has been widely studied, with scholars emphasizing digital transformation and e-commerce adoption. Second, government policies have been explored in terms of their effectiveness in providing financial incentives. Third, the other theme. So all the three themes have been explained in a very crisp way. Now, whatever I'm showing you, this is the introductory part of LR. Now, you can write one line in the end, that is, in the next sections, a detailed literature review of all the three themes will be presented.
Sorry for the interruption.
Yeah.
Sir, just for an announcement, we are observing someone is writing on the shared screen. It is getting recorded and we are noting the names. For them, we will stop issuing the certificate also. This is for a kind information. Do not disturb, because we have tried our level best to lock everything. But do not write anything on the screen, shared screen. Okay? Your names are being displaying when you're writing. So I'm noting down the names. Please do not write. Okay? Please continue.
Yeah.
If you're
Thank you, Rakesh.
just directly remove them from the meeting. Certificate also will not issue, and also remove them from the meeting.
And I think we're all matured enough now. Shouldn't be doing
There will
such
be a few
things.
kids.
Yeah.
What you can do.
Okay. So what we do is, after this introductory paragraph, we put side headings. Role of technology, LR related to that. Now, under each of these themes, again in a chronological way, you can write. Okay, or you can use a funnel approach, which I have not explained over here. Funnel approach means from a very broad way, you slowly narrow it down to what you wanted to study and you show the research gap. So for each of the theme, you put separate side headings and you write the LR, literature review. So this is the second one, that is thematic approach. Now the third one is methodological approach. Now, when you are supposed to use methodological approach, the first thing, see, whenever you are framing the title for your paper, in the title itself, it has to show your novelty is in terms of methodology. Is it in terms of a new area? Is it in terms of a new sample? Something, it should be reflecting in your title itself. Now, your focus is on a new statistical tool. Okay. Now, when you are focusing, that is your novelty. Everything else is similar to what other people have done, but you believe that by using this novel statistical tool, your results will be more robust, or something new, greater, new insights can be developed. That is your belief. Now, you have to defend it. Otherwise, how will the reviewer be convinced Now, in order to defend it, you have to write your literature review in a methodological approach. You have to review what were the methodologies in this particular area that our earlier studies have used. What limitations were there in the findings when they have used that methods? You have to show that argument in your literature review. They have used so-and-so method. But because of this, these were the limitations, proper findings couldn't be obtained. Now, this is another method, statistical tool that was used. This has also limitations. Now, this is what I want to use, and these will overcome all these limitations. You have to show, you have to defend yourselves. Now, how does that methodological approach of LR look like? Now, see, look at this. Evaluating the impact of financial literacy on investment behavior, a panel data regression approach. Now, this is something new, I believe, which has not been done. Okay, so this is all for a demo purpose only. Now, research on financial, look at this LR. Research on financial literacy and its impact on investment behavior employs various methodological approaches. Quantitative studies such as large-scale surveys have been used to analyze statistical correlations between financial knowledge and investment choices. Qualitative research, including in-depth interviews, have provided insights into behavioral factors influencing financial decisions. Mixed method research, integrating both surveys and case studies, has emerged as an effective approach in capturing the complexity of financial decision making. Each methodology offers unique insights, emphasizing the need for an integrated research approach. Now, here in the next paragraph, I am defending why I want to use panel data regression. Now, look at this. Prior research on financial literacy and investment behavior has employed diverse methodological approaches. Earlier studies predominantly relied on cross-sectional surveys to establish correlations between financial knowledge and investment choice. While these studies provided valuable insights, they failed to capture the dynamic nature of financial decision making over time. That the time aspect has not been considered. That is something I'm highlighting over here. Qualitative methods such as in-depth interviews have explored behavioral factors influencing investment decisions, but lack generalizability. More recent research has integrated mixed methods approach, combining surveys with case studies or experimental designs to enhance explanatory depth. However, a key limitation in existing literature is the absence of longitudinal analysis to assess how financial literacy impacts investment behavior across different time periods. This study assesses this gap by employing a panel data regression approach, which enables tracking individuals' financial literacy level and investment decision over multiple periods. So you are defending why you want to use panel data regression in this particular area. That is your novelty. When you want to defend your statistical approach, your literature review also should be in connection to that. If you simply write an annotated bibliography and you say, I am going to use panel data regression, definitely that will not be suitable for a higher grade journal. Remember that. Next. The fourth approach is conceptual framework or construct-based approach. Many times, this is very common thing that we all will be doing again. Many of you might have little experience in this. Suppose whenever you are constructing a model, for example, financial literacy, financial behavior, we will take two independent variables and its impact on financial well-being, I wanted to understand. Okay, there are two independent variables and one dependent variable. Now, financial literacy and financial behavior. There are three constructs for me. Now, I want to understand the relationship between financial literacy and well-being, financial behavior and financial well-being. So, for the first relation, I will write LR separately. For the second relation, I will write LR separately. For this relation, based on this relation, what did earlier works say? Positive things, negative things, nothing has been concluded. So hence there is a necessity to again study this particular relation, or this particular relation you want to study on a different population. Okay, so based on constructs and their relationships, if separately you are writing the LR. Now here we don't use chronological approach, rather we use the funnel approach or argument based literature review. We try to show the positives, negatives of the previous research, and slowly we try to defend our hypothesis. Because of all these reasons, this is what I'm going to hypothesize. So for every connection, you write the LR and then you develop the hypothesis. So for your hypothesis, you are writing the defending literature review. Then you are supposed to use construct-based approach. Okay. And the last one, I'll show you this construct-based approach also. Still someone is doing this drawing thing. Please don't do that. See, determinants of job satisfaction and their role in employee turnover, an empirical study. Now see this, previous research on job satisfaction has identified key determinants such as compensation, work-life balance, career growth opportunities, and organizational structure. Now I'm focusing on variables. What all variables have been studied, researched earlier? For each of the variable, I will be writing what people have studied, what have been their findings. I'm not going to read the complete paragraph, but this is what is known as construct-based or conceptual framework approach of writing a literature review. And the last one, reverse chronological approach. That is, you're starting from the current things, current research work, and you're moving backwards. For example, policy-based research when you're doing, you want to focus on this is how the policy framework is currently. Earlier, it used to be like this. When you want to show the background of that, you can use reverse chronological approach. I'll just show you an example of reverse chronological approach because this is something we generally don't use. The evolution of AI in investment decision making, a data-driven analysis. Now, recent advancements in artificial intelligence have revolutionized investment decision making, while machine learning models outperforming traditional financial analysis in predicting stock movements. In the past 5 years, deep learning algorithms have gained popularity in asset allocation and risk management. So this is the current situation. Prior to this, research primarily focused on statistical models and fundamental analysis, which provided limited predictive accuracy. So first you're telling, currently this is what is happening. Earlier people used to do, that was not so sophisticated. Hence, we are moving to the current things. That's how you want to provide the background, what used to happen earlier. This is what is known as reverse chronological approach of writing a literature review. So these are some commonly used LR approaches which I wanted to cover. Now always remember how effectively you develop the arguments, how correctly you choose the LR approach based on your topic and your objectives or whatever you wanted to do, how correctly you choose, that is the first thing that will impress a reviewer. It will show that you have some conceptual understanding how to write a literature review. You have really analyzed. And second thing, in all of these literature reviews that I have shown you, demonstrated for you, you're not seeing that annotated bibliography style. See, everything is like a story. Everything is one sentence or the findings of one study are getting connected. In a flow, they are moving. In a story kind, they are trying to narrate you something. You are supposed to write the literature review for your research papers or for your thesis in this particular way. See, even the PhD students know, no need to write 30 pages, 40 pages, LR. No. Even if you write 5 pages, 6 pages, 10 pages in this style, that is really something required. That shows the quality of analysis that you have done. So with this conceptual background, shall I take Q&As at this session or move off to the AI one?
Kalyani, You can move to the AI session. That's one. Second
Mhm.
is I dropped a message on your WhatsApp. It is
Mhm.
saying that how is that you can remove these annotations. Somebody from our participants shared that with me. Could you please do that? You go to more somewhere in a whiteboard or in your notes.
There's a
In
this
the
is
options you
Word
have
document.
settings more.
In
You
my
click
Zoom one.
in a Zoom at the bottom.
Okay.
You'll find settings.
Okay.
More is there. Yeah.
Then
In the more, once you click a more, they are saying that disable annotation for others option.
where is it?
In a notes or whiteboard. Next right arrow to your notes or to the whiteboard.
More.
Right.
Why is it going away? Whiteboard. New word. I don't have any option here.
Of share, calling this as disable annotation for others.
Where is it? It's not there. No.
You're not able to find?
New whiteboard, existing whiteboard. And
No,
one
in
more
a notes,
option is
in
there.
a notes file, you have any option of that?
Notes, share notes options.
Okay. Okay, fine. Okay, go ahead. What we can do instead of wasting our time. Just proceed.
Only is
No, it's not there, sir. I was also checking.
You will get only for the host.
Okay. Fine. So now moving to the AI part. Now you have understood how you are supposed to write literature review for your manuscript. After having understood this, see, I have shown you short paragraphs, but normally where some 5-6 papers were included. When we write a literature review for a research paper, minimum 25 to 30 papers we include it. And in a thesis, we should be quoting at least 150 to 200 papers. So when you have to read such a vast amount of literature, even for 20 to 25 papers, we're all working. And sometimes papers run in 25 pages, 30 pages, 50 pages. So when you want to read 5-6 papers in a day, it will be some 150 pages or 200 pages. Just imagine reading 100 pages, having patience to read 50 pages. That's a tedious task, right? So here is where we can take the assistance of AI in summarizing the content of a research paper, what has already been published by others. Now, first thing I would like to say here, see, there are so many sophisticated technology-based tools nowadays, whatever we are having. Whatever it is, see, at least 3 to 4 standard papers in your area, I strongly suggest that you should read the complete paper. If you're in the beginning level or first time you are doing research in a particular area, definitely the standard papers, you have to pick 2 to 3. The base papers will be there. See, you have to read everything in order to understand clearly how work has been done, what is the base for the area that you want to progress or research, explore further. After that, once you get that holding on the area of research that you want to conduct, then slowly take the AI assistance. Or like from past 5 years, like insurance is my area. I have been reading many articles in this particular area. Now, if I want to write, pick up another subtopic in insurance, I already know what work has been going on, who are the popular authors in this area of insurance. My basic area is reinsurance. I know all the people over there. So at that time, because I already have some grip, then I can easily take AI assistance. I can just derive some summaries and then I can write off my LR. So basically, at least at your level, try to read 2 to 3 papers fully. and then only go for AI assistance. Don't look for that simple tricks in the beginning only. So this is my first advice. Next, moving to the AI assistance. Now I'll show you the SMART framework that I have mentioned for you in the pre-read that I have given also. Now this is the SMART framework: search, map, analyze, refine, transform, and rewrite. It's basically rewriting. Okay. Now here, what does each of these words, SMART, search, map, all these things mean by? Now searching is, now the first thing, S and M, search and map, have been completed yesterday by Ramkrishna sir. Like sourcing literature, visualizing that connected papers, research rabbit, where maps will be coming, what are the various Science Direct, the various places, even Google Scholar. These are all the different places from where you can search the previous literature. Then M is map and visualize. Here you can visualize all that sir has shown yesterday, how quickly from connected papers you can extract a list of 40 to 50 references in fraction of, I think 1 or 2 minutes, you were able to do that. Now I'll start with one particular area which we have, myself and Swati, we are currently working on that. That is rural tourism. Okay, this is something with which I wanted to demonstrate how AI can assist us in writing literature review. Now, what I have done in the beginning is I went to connected papers. I have given my broad theme, multiple papers I have selected, and I have generated that list of references. Then what I have done in Google Scholar, I was cross-checking everything. I was putting it in Google Scholar, what all full papers were available, that too from standard journals. I have downloaded them. For today's purpose, I have consolidated 15 previous papers. Okay. Now I have collected 15 papers. You can first thing what you're supposed to do is download all the full papers. And see, I'll tell you one simple thing how normally we do. We give our topic in ChatGPT, we give our objectives, and we say write literature review. Now, if you write that, definitely the problems of AI percentage in your literature review, everything will be very, very high. Now, how to do this in a more efficient way? Now, that is the third one, that is A, analyze. Now, this is something on which I will be focusing today. Now, what we do in this analyze and summarize key insights. I have so many PDFs, so many previous literature documents I'm having. How to analyze them, how to summarize and develop key insights from these PDFs. That's what we will be focusing in today's session. Now, the various tools that we can use are the popular ones: ChatGPT, Claude, ChatPDF, Ask Your PDF, Ask PDF, PDF.ai, Lateral. These are some tools. Now, how to do this, use all these tools will be something we are going to learn today. Now, look at this particular document. Here, I have given you some links. AI tools for analyzing and summarizing existing literature. Chat PDF. I'll start with this. I think just before the session, I have signed in. So it is not asking me to sign in again. So otherwise, it will ask you to sign in with your Gmail account or any other account. Now, before that, I wanted to show you see here, I have downloaded PDFs for sustainable rural tourism. Here I have 15 PDFs which I have nicely numbered and kept, organized and kept it over here. Dr. B. Vijay Kumari, please don't access the screen. This is not at all fair, madam. Sorry to say that. So these are the 15 papers that I have downloaded and kept. This should be the first thing that you should be doing. Okay. Now, after this, upload PDF from computer. I will take the, probably, I'll take the first one. Okay, the first paper has been uploaded. Now, I want to chat with this PDF. You can ask anything. It will also give you some suggestions. If you're not understanding what to ask, it will also give you some suggestions. Now, I want to ask a question. What are the important points in this paper? Simple question. This is the first thing that I wanted to ask. The important points in this paper. It is taking some time. So nicely it is giving you, see, what is the objective, what are the data sources, how the data set was pre-processed. These are the important or novel factors perhaps. So it is giving you all the highlighted aspects of this particular work. And the 9 headings it has given. How beautiful it is, right? You are quickly able to understand. So in this entire PDF, which is about 8 pages, now you have something which fits to just 1 page. And you know what this paper is all about. What are the important points in this particular paper? Now there is another way you can chat, which is really helpful for writing literature review is, give me a structured summary of this paper. Most of you might have seen structured abstract, right? Now in this style, this will be given. Here is a structured summary of the paper. So it has given authors, title, everything, methodology, results, the discussion points, conclusion. And if you look at this numbers, no, maybe in other places also it is given. Sometimes it will give here also numbers. That numbers are nothing but page numbers. From which page this point has been taken. Okay, if you look at this 8, this will be there in 8th page, this reference or something. Okay, so like this, you can chat. I'll also show you now in this chat PDF, I think per day you can upload only 2 documents. Now, but what you can do is, whenever you have time, per day 2, no? So today you don't have any time to sit and do some work. Okay, just to open chat PDF, upload 2 papers and keep it ready. That will be there in your database. See, it got saved over here. Tomorrow when you open also, this will be there here on. Like that for 1 week, every day to because this is not a plus or pro version. This is a free version. 2 papers keep on uploading. After 1 week or 2 weeks, one fine day, whenever you are in that mood to write LR, when you have really free time, all the 15, 20 papers are readily available to you, or 30 papers are available, 15 days you have accumulated. You start chatting with everything. Now you got this structured abstract over here. Just to copy paste this in a Word document. So the structured abstract for paper 1 is ready. Okay. You can do this for all the remaining papers. Now I'll show you the second one, that is askyourpdf.com. Now ask your PDF. How can I take this back? I'm unable to open new tab here. That's good. Ask your PDF. Again, this asks me to sign in. Login. All of this ask you to sign in. And most of them allow 2 to 3 PDF uploads only per day. Okay, because before this ask your PDF is getting uploaded, let us start with the next one. That is, this is something I really like. AskPDF.net. Why I like it is it allows many uploads. That is something we really want, right? Now your personal AI assistants. Now get started. It will ask you to create an account. Now you can just start uploading all the PDFs. And see, that's the reason I told you your PDF should be ready in a folder so that it becomes very easy for us to upload the PDFs and chat with them. It's working a little slow. New chat. Continue. Upload the document. I'm going to the 6th one this time. Okay. Uploaded successfully. Check this. Start conversation. Now this is ask your PDF because this was ready. I started with this. Okay. Now here you can ask. Now summarize. Now, you're not interested in all the other sections of this paper. Summarize the key findings of this paper. Now, I feel this is lengthy. See here, page numbers also it is giving. So this particular sentence will be in page number 13 of this particular article. I feel this is also lengthy. Now I'll ask it, give me an overview of this paper in few sentences. I'm mentioning few sentences only. Now, so it will give you very short. Very happy to read also. Oh, still it didn't understand. It is giving that lengthy one only. Normally, okay, now I'll make it understand. Provide me a summary of this paper in 100 words. Let's see if it understands. No. Okay. But normally, sometimes it will be giving us in few sentences, very short paragraphs it will be giving, few sentences, or when you mention the word limit, it will be clearly giving us in short paragraphs. Now we will move to the other one, that is askpdf.net, which I told you, upload PDF. Click to upload. 7th paper, open. Now what results I get will be different from what results you get. It's not like all of us, if you give the same command, we will get the same output. Now here, summarize the methodology of this research paper in a crisp way. Okay, it has given us the full methodology summary, study type, sample, data collection, questionnaire constructs, statistical techniques used, analysis tools, analysis was done using SPSS, everything clearly. No need to, you just want to understand very detailedly what is the methodology. Now you can also ask is, what is the novel aspect in the methodology of this particular paper? Like this, you can keep on conversing with these summarizing PDF AI tools. Now, what I have done over here is just look at these are my downloaded papers. The summary of papers, rural tourism. For all the 15 papers, using various this chat PDF, ask PDF, all these things, for all the 15 papers, nicely, I have generated short summaries and I have copy pasted over here. Now, all these 15 documents put together, it was coming to me around 225 pages, which I have summarized into 20 pages. I have kept it little lengthy only. Purposefully, I have kept it lengthy because I wanted to have a clear view. I wanted to read everything. Okay, I wanted to read and understand in a detailed way about all these papers. Because rural tourism is a new area to me. So I kept very detailed abstracting or summarizing, structured summarizing of all these papers. So in 20 papers, now what I have done was, I have read everything and I have deleted some content which I felt was not at all useful. I have nicely edited. I have given that human touch to the AI generated content. That is something I have done. Because I can't show you the entire 20 pages thing, what I have done here. I have already done this and kept. I have given human touch to the AI generated content. That is very, very, very important. You have to dictate some things to AI. You shouldn't be caught under the web of AI. Okay, now I have set everything right, readily here. Now, we have our famous generative AI tools like ChatGPT or Claude. Now, this time for a change, maybe we will try to use Claude this time. Okay, Claude is also another interesting AI tool, particularly for writing literature review. For research work, Claude is very interesting. If anyone has not tried this, please try it. Now, what I'm going to do is, here the clip button is there, right? I'm going to upload my complete paper. Okay. Where is that document? Summary of papers, rural tourism. Okay. The document is ready. Now I want to ask it based on the summary of all the 15 research papers, write a literature review for my research work. I didn't title it broadly here. For my research work related to sustainable rural tourism and community development. This is the broad area that we thought of, community development. Now, when I have, because I know conceptual, I have conceptual clarity of different LR approaches. Now I understand when I was reading the summaries, thematic approach, different themes are there connected to rural tourism. Okay, so I felt thematic approach will be right. Rural tourism and community development in using thematic approach in short paragraphs for each theme. Also, I also want to write in a paragraph the research gap. Okay. Now I'll give, let us see what it will give. Did it go? Yeah. It will take some time because 15 are there. See, environmental conservation and ecological sustainability. Nicely, with the in-text citations, it has developed LR for me. A research gap. Now, okay, you are out of free messages. This is a free version. Now, The next message, the next prompt, what you can ask probably is, based on this particular review of literature and research gap, if you are satisfied with this, develop the possible objectives for my study. You can also develop possible objectives. You can correct it. Now, you can just...
Kalyani,
Yeah.
could you please show that output once again from the beginning?
Yeah, I'm showing, sir. Copy. I'll copy it in a Word document and show. Three pages, nice literature review it has given to me. Literature review, sustainable rural tourism and community development. This is the first strand or the first theme, economic sustainability and income generation. This is what it has written. If you want to expand it further, add more papers. Environmental conservation and ecological sustainability. Stakeholder engagement and community participation, government role and policy framework, cultural heritage and local identity, technological innovation, sustainable development goals, and then the research gap it has written. Let us read the literature review part once. Despite the extensive literature on sustainable rural tourism, there remains a significant gap in understanding the dynamic interplay between technological innovation, community resilience, and sustainable tourism practices in rural areas. While existing research addresses these elements individually, there is limited exploration on how these factors interact and influence each other in the context of rapidly evolving digital landscape and changing tourist preferences. Furthermore, there is insufficient research on measuring the long-term impacts of sustainable rural tourism initiatives on community development, particularly in terms of social capital formation and community resilience. Additionally, the literature lacks comprehensive frameworks for evaluating the effectiveness of government interventions in rural tourism development. Now, this is the research gap. Then you can start chatting with various AI apps. So, based on this research gap, what could be the possible objectives? Based on objectives, you can also take its assistance in writing hypotheses. You can also take its suggestions in novel methodologies which are suitable for your objectives. Now, again, I'm telling you, now all these has been generated by an AI tool. Now, the next phase in our SMART approach is refine and validate sources. This is very, very important. This one and last one, transform and write with AI assistance. This, I think, in the last report writing session, the other speaker will be covering, but I will give you a brief tinge of what you have to be doing is read this paragraph. Add your human touch. Rural tourism has emerged as a key driver of economic sustainability in villages. So I'm able to do it very quickly. So one sentence is cleared. If you have this document ready with you, if you have little bit knowledge of how to change the words or paraphrase the content, maybe 1 hour, 1.5 hours will be enough. 2-3 iterations you have to do. There is no other way to escape from Turnitin's AI percentage or similarity percentage. Believe me, we use these tools. We write, definitely we take assistance of AI tools, but in the first go, when we put it on Turnitin and see, our similarity percentage as well as AI percentage, most of the times will come less than 10%. We put that hard work. Little hard work is required. And second thing, see, so many tools are available. Nicely, you are able to write off the review of literature. Everything is beautiful, very fine. But what all citations it has given, you have to go back and check. whether the citations are correct based on the, some time you have to definitely spend. Because in my summary, I have already given the in-text citations, 99.99%, it will not make any mistakes. But you have forgot and you have directly asked AI, include the in-text citations also. Then it is your duty to go and check. You can't cite a wrong person's name for some other's work. That is very, very unethical. You have to spend some time on that. So that paraphrasing part, giving that human touch, replacing one word with another word, these are some tools I think many of us will be using. But for those who don't know, we can be doing the rewriting part, transforming the content part. See, once the essence is ready, hardly it takes 1 hour for us to refine it. If you read a paragraph, you can close your eyes, think for a minute, and if you start writing on your own, most of the words will be new. And that's how quickly we can develop a more efficient and a detailed literature review. So this is something I just wanted to show you one more thing, and I'll close off for today. That is lateral. Now look at this particular one. Lateral. This is something interesting which I found. I want to start a new project. My project's name is Rural Tourism, because I have everything ready to this. So Rural Tourism, create and launch project. Okay. Now upload papers. Okay, browse file. Now the beauty of this is I can select multiple. I'll not select the 9th one, it is little bulky. Till 8th, I'll be selecting for the demo purpose. Upload 8 files in one go. It will take multiple files. And see the beauty. How many of you know that in a table manner we write LR, literature review? This particular app helps you in the table way of writing literature review. So it will take some time. It is analyzing the documents. Many of them are ready. I'll show you for the next 2 minutes. I think I exceeded the time, but yeah, 2 minutes shouldn't be a problem. Done. Close off this. Now I have all my documents ready over here. Here, if you want any notes, you can write. Now, first, what I want to do is, when you want to make a table of literature review, different column headings you'll be including, no? The first column that I wanted to include is, I already have objectives, methodology, findings, and authors. See, create. Authors has been added over here. So the next one that I want to do is, I want to choose objectives. Okay, then next what I want to do is, I want to add another column, methodology. One more column for findings. Why this is coming is, I have already done some work over here. Now, how to do this? I'll just show you. This is table view. Directly here, everything will not be filled. Now, what you have to do? You have to go to document view. Okay. go to document view. Now I'm taking this fourth one. Let me go back and check for which paper. Yeah, for fourth paper it is empty. Document view, go to rural tourism paper, it is ready. Create or select a concept, means it will give us a drop down menu of my column headings that I have just created. First, authors. It will give you some snippets from this PDF. So I want to save this. Okay, under authors. Next, I want to go to objectives. It will again give me an increased interest. Just read it. Rural tourism gained importance. So, okay, to analyze rural tourism products. Now, this looks like objectives. So, this should be saved under objectives. Next, methodology. I don't find any methodology kind of description in this particular paper. That is the reason it is not giving that to me. Okay, next I'll move to the findings part. This looks like an important finding for me. So I will save it. Okay. Now, if I go back to my table view, look, the fourth one, for the fourth paper, authors, objectives, findings have come over here. Now, if you want to take it to your Excel and do further refining, table as Excel. In my downloads, save. Nicely, it will put everything in your Excel. It's ready. I have done only for few papers, right? The other cells are, sometimes for some papers, I have selected 2. See, for fifth one, 2 snippets. Sometimes I think I have saved for findings 1, 2. Okay. So you can quickly have a glance in a table manner of your entire PDF. Now this also has some limit. I think 500 pages per day. It can, somewhere it will have, it can upload up to 500 pages. The 424 pages left. Okay, some credits also it will be giving for you in the beginning. So if you want additional pages, you can use. I didn't use it. I'm just saving it. Normally, I do only 1 paper, 2 pages per day. And this is something in a different way, in a table way that we can do. You can also download it in Word, CSV file, BibTeX. This is a beta version. So I didn't use them. Anyway, Excel is the best one I felt for a table. So I have downloaded it in that particular way. Again, so these are some AI tools that will help us in writing literature review in an efficient and in a very quick way. However, I again repeat, you can take assistance of AI. You have to dictate the terms to AI tools, how you want it to generate content to you. And then do not forget to add your human intelligence, human touch, paraphrasing. 1 or 2 sentences. Sometimes when you're reading, suddenly an example or some line flashes in your mind. Write it over there. I think that much we should be knowing. Otherwise, we are not at all called as researchers. Right? We have to develop that skill. Maybe in the initial days, you'll not be getting. Slowly, you'll understand all those things with practice. That's all. This is what I have for you today. Thank you. Any questions you can ask me.
Kalyani, thank you very much for a wonderful session. Now, audience, the floor is open for you to ask your questions. Dr. Kalyani will answer your queries.
How can we know, sir? Yeah. Sangeeta. Sangeeta R. Do you have permission to unmute? Madam, please.
Has to unmute.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening.
Ma'am, thank you for your nice presentation, ma'am. You have given lots of inputs, ma'am.
Thank you.
From my side, I have one doubt, ma'am. So you have selected 15 papers for sustainable rural tourism, ma'am. So you have selected 15 papers. I think it is from peer-reviewed paper.
Yes.
Suppose I want to collect, I want to download few files for my research in Scopus means. So if I'm giving any title means I will get 3000 documents, 5000 documents, whatever the filters I'm using, I can minimize only 100 to 200, ma'am. So how we can exactly find the documents, ma'am, like 15, 20 in Scopus?
See, that's fair. Again, see, first 4 or 5 papers when you read, you have to look for that standard papers. And then when you're looking at the title and the abstract section of the paper itself, you will understand whether this is directly linked to your particular area or not. In that way, you have to keep eliminating.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, but whenever we are using search string, it immediately gives 3000 documents, 5000 documents. So we could not find the exact documents which are related to the title, ma'am, in Scopus.
Okay, maybe you can give key terms, keywords and check it.
Okay, ma'am, I will try it, ma'am. And one more doubt, ma'am. So you have shown the usage of Claude AI by uploading 15 document summary, and finally we are getting thematic approach review, ma'am. So in thematic approach, it shows the author name itself, the citation also included in the thematic approach, ma'am. So once we are using the thematic approach concept means, so how to include the references for all the contents in references, ma'am?
Now, that is something which will be told to you in the last session. Now, based on these citations and these PDFs, how you can say the other day, even in the first session, yesterday's session, you have seen from connected papers, how you can get the full list of references. From that only, first I have used connected papers for sustainable rural tourism. I have got all the references. Then I have put each one of these in Google Scholar, downloaded the papers. I have chosen the best 15 which suits my study. So only those 15 references I have kept in my Word document. Other things I have eliminated.
Okay.
So my
ma'am.
references are ready. My summary is ready. My LR is ready.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am.
Can we take another
Thank you, ma'am.
question?
Thank you so much, ma'am.
From
Thank you.
Ramakant.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, Ramakant, please, could you please?
Sir, good evening, sir. Good evening, madam.
Good evening, sir.
Madam, for the plagiarism checking, various softwares are available. So various softwares are showing different results. Which software showing the result is accuracy, ma'am? For deliberately showing one result. Turnitin also
We
showing.
generally use Turnitin. We believe that is one of the standard tools for AI detection and plagiarism detection. We use Turnitin.
Turnitin is accuracy, ma'am?
Yes.
Okay.
That is an authentic one.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Then we'll take a query from Venkat Ramana. Venkat Ramana, please, could you please ask your query? Well, so Dr. Rizwana.
Yeah, ma'am. Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening.
Ma'am, I have a doubt that can I cite our own writings in a literature review, ma'am? That's called the previous writings of ours.
Yes, definitely.
Yes, ma'am.
Definitely you can cite.
Ma'am,
but if it is a repetitive work,
no, ma'am, it's not repetitive. But
it is an advancement, progressive work. We should be citing, definitely. Otherwise, how our work will get recognized?
Yeah, ma'am.
We should be citing.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah.
And next we take question from Sunila.
Ma'am, good evening, ma'am. Ma'am, how to prepare this systematic literature review and publish it? Can you speak about that?
Systematic review of literature, that is entirely a different game.
Okay.
That itself will take another one full session. That has lot of conceptual understanding required for that. That can't be explained. In this session, we really didn't cover systematic literature review.
We'll take a question from Nisha Khanna.
Namaste, teachers. Ma'am, my question is that on that app, research paper related to topic.
Your voice is breaking.
Okay, I think network issue.
Could you please text Nisha Khanna ji? You text, we'll read it.
Okay, okay.
Meanwhile,
Are-
we'll take
Now are you listening, ma'am?
Yeah.
No, my-
Okay, fine. Yes.
My question is that
Please.
on that app, can we found all related research paper on our related research topic?
No. What all apps I have shown you today, there you can't search for research papers. For searching, you have different AI tools. Like yesterday, Ramkrishna sir was showing you Research Rabbit, Corrected Papers, Science Direct. There you have to search for the list of research papers. And then you have to download the PDF, keep them ready. Each of these PDFs, you can upload in the AI apps that I have shown you today, make the summaries.
Oh, we have to collect research paper first, then only. Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Otherwise, how can
Thank you,
upload?
ma'am.
I will take a question from Deepthi Khatri.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening.
Ma'am, actually, you have uploaded the 15 is the research papers, and you have said that we have to take care of the citations, in the literature review part. So what is the way, that we give? So what is the method, that we can know that from which paper this content has been, taken? So whether we need to give the instruction to the AI tool that that you give the text in citation or something like references.
Yeah, in this ask your PDF, when you're chatting with it, I could have also used that particular prompt. I have used that earlier to make that summary. In the end, you can, or in the beginning, you can ask it, give me the text citation for this paper to include in my literature review. It will nicely give you APA style, this style, that style, everything it will give you.
Okay, ma'am.
Whatever style you want, you can pick it. And so just before the summary, you put that citation. So when you're uploading, for this paper, this is the citation, even this Claude or ChatGPT also will understand.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Then that accuracy will not be missing.
I will take a question from Shilpi. Shilpi Rathore.
Good evening, ma'am. Ma'am, I wanted to ask, I am a research scholar and till now I have not got my institute mail ID. So when I'm trying to open my ID in the portals like Google Scholar or Scopus, they are asking that you need to have an institute ID. So are we not allowed to have an ID until we get an institute ID or something? What's the exact protocol?
That is, I think, off context question what I got.
Yeah, ma'am, but I thought since you can enlighten on this because this is a confusion
As far
I
as
had.
I know that institutional mail ID is required, maybe Ramkrishna sir or Swati.
No.
If you have any other.
Nothing like that. Any mail ID you can use.
Gmail
But
also.
ma'am, it is showing, it comes a pop-up that like if I'm putting my Gmail ID,
No,
they
this
are
is
saying
for
that
some
you need.
sites, not for all.
Okay. Thank you so
Only
much.
for some.
For Google Scholar, I think I was able to do it with Gmail initially. Yeah.
Okay. I will take a question from Krishnaya Konda.
Thank you.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Madam, good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Madam, the AI-generated literature review text is given a human touch just by changing two words in a statement and a sentence. If we do so,
Mhm.
2 to 3, no problem. If we do so, cannot it be detected as plagiarized text or AI-generated text by the plagiarism checkers like Turnitin?
No, sir, it is not. See, there are some typical words looking at which we can see when we are able to understand. Similarly, AI also will understand. See, embrace, interplay. These are some common words that these AI generated tools are giving us. Okay, so use more general words, day-to-day language, what words we use. When you're replacing that sophisticated vocabulary with normal words, it will understand this was written by a human only.
No,
And
in
not-
that way,
yeah.
whenever you're writing, as Kalyani already had pointed out, whenever you're writing, read it again and try to change those sentences and words wherever you can.
It will not
Okay.
happen in one iteration, sir. In the
Yes.
first iteration, you are changing in a sentence 2-3 words. Okay. And everything you have done, you have kept it ready. Leave it for 1 or 2 days. Again, read it. You already will have some idea, no? This is how I wanted. No, something is missing. This is not meaning what I wanted. So I will change it. So in 3 to 4 iterations, normally we do it in 4 iterations. After 4 iterations, definitely it will be more of human intelligence, human words only. I can assure you that. Do at least
Anyway,
minimum
we
4
will cover
iterations.
that in report writing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
4
Next,
iterations
we'll
do.
take question from Doyle. Doyle Mukherjee ji.
Yes, sir. So my question to ma'am is, first of all, thank you, ma'am, for such an informative session. So it will make our life as research scholars or researchers much easier. So my question is that most of the papers, or not all the papers, are open access papers. So we have the SCI hub where we can download papers till 2021. But there are many papers after 2021 that we don't have an access to. So can you suggest anything? Is there anything at all that enables us to download those papers?
See, maybe summarization with chat PDF, ask PDF is not possible for such kind of papers. But definitely, when you give the DOI or when you give the author names and title names for this generative AI tools like ChatGPT, Gemini AI, or Claude, that will give you insights that can go into places where you can't go.
Another is Doyle ji, now Government of India has come up with the one nation, one subscription.
One nation, one subscription, yes.
Where you get a more recent versions. And another is, if you find any article important, even in recent issues of, let us say, February 2024, these Emerald and especially publishers like Emerald, Elsewhere, Taylor and Francis, these people, they don't allow open access. There are certain articles which are open access, remaining are paid ones. So only option you have is you have to buy.
Buy,
yes.
Yeah,
that's okay.
If your friends have some institutional ID, you can send them the.
Then
these are the common practices what we all use.
Then we'll take a question
Otherwise,
from Pretty Halder.
Yeah.
And we'll take another 2 or 3 questions. I guess there is a too many number of questions. I request all the participants here. Now here in this Zoom, we have around 500. In a YouTube, there is another 300, 400 are there. So I request all, I guess you all have a Dr. Kalyani's email ID. In case you have any queries related to literature review and all, you can drop an email to her. Please don't call or WhatsApp us, because it is very difficult to answer things in WhatsApp or calls. Professional way of getting things done by is through emails. So I request all the participants to drop your queries into email to Dr. Kalyani, and recording of these sessions will be shared with you all. So with these,
hello, ma'am.
Yeah.
Thank you for the insightful session. My question is in the literature review writing portion, writing the body part, there is, you mentioned that thematic portion. So I have some confusion on that particular topic, that how to write that thematic portion. I couldn't find the clear idea of that portion already. Could you please explain in some words again?
See, but taking the same example again, See, my area, what I have taken over there was MSMEs. How technology advancements are impacting MSMEs' export competitiveness. This is something I wanted to understand. For this, there are different aspects that I have to understand. First thing, what are the improvisations, technological improvisations that are helping MSMEs? That is one area. Now, what is government doing for MSMEs? I should also understand that. See, when you are talking about export competitiveness, what is happening in the global arena? You have to understand that also. So I identified 3 different dimensions where I have to explore the existing literature, what people have already researched, analyzed, found out. So under these 3 themes, for this demo, I have taken 3 themes. If you are able to identify some more themes, that is up to you. In the Indian market, MSMEs progress or trend, MSMEs trends in India, like that can be another theme that you can. So under each of these themes, you are reviewing the previous literature and you are writing that in a paragraph or 2. That's what is known as thematic.
Thank you, Kalyani. Thank you all the participants for your patience. Now I request Dr. Swati Mathur to give a concluding remarks and end the session.
So, thank you, Kalyani, for a wonderful, insightful session for all the participants. I hope everyone has been enriched with this session. And we thank Professor Ramakrishna for his ideology for putting this 5 days and helping all the participants to generate papers within a month and send it for the conference. Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you. Good night, all.
Good night.
We'll meet again at 8 o'clock.